JCE, or Joomla Content Editor, is by and large the best content editor for Joomla. It gives you a what you see is what you get, or a WYSIWYG interface. It allows you to insert links, images, multimedia. It allows you to upload, rename, delete, cut, copy, paste images into your articles, create links to categories, articles, anywhere else on your site. Has spell checking included. JCE is just a fantastic WYSIWYG editor for Joomla. We're going to download it and install it in this video, and then in the next couple of videos we're going to go over how you can use it. The website is joomlacontenteditor.net, and let's click on Downloads. JCE is available for Joomla 1.6 in a beta version, which means it hasn't been fully tested and completely released yet. But in my experience so far, as of the recording of this video, it does a pretty good job, and I've not had any issues. So once we've downloaded that, let's come back over to our Joomla site, click on Browse in the Extension Manager, and upload and install the component for JCE. You'll notice we've got some green check marks over here. Everything looks good. Let's go over to Components, JCE, and check out the control panel real quickly. There's a global configuration, profiles. We can install some add-ons, which we're not going to do, but again, I'd encourage you to look at the add-ons that are available. There's a fantastic advanced image manipulator in JCE, really worth the money. But we're going to stick with what comes out of the box for this one. Global configuration, clean up the HTML, entity encoding, plugin mode, and you can see what these mean as you hover over those. I usually just leave everything the way it is, except for clean up HTML. Especially if you're going to cut and copy from paste, which I never recommend, but if you do, it'll help a little bit. It has some compression options now to compress the JavaScript and CSS, and actually that's not a bad idea, but we're going to leave it off for now. You can read up on that on the JCE website. When you hit enter, it opens up a new paragraph tag instead of a new line break, and it's going to force everything into paragraph tags using the template CSS file. Let's go ahead and click Save. And now when we come into a content item, the next step then is to enable it for our users. So I'm going to click on My Profile, and I'm going to change the editor to JCE. To do that for everybody, I would update my global configuration default editor to JCE, and that way all users on my site would be using JCE. Alright, so when I create a new article, you'll see that there's a fantastic set of new tools available to you in your WYSIWYG editor. I'm just going to go over these quickly, and then we'll spend more time on them when we look at creating an article, inserting and formatting text, media, and code. The JCE editor gives us some real flexibility for bolding, italic, underlining, strike-through, full justified, center, left and right justified, creating block quotes around text, changing the paragraph style of text, and I'm going to suggest that this is where you change the size of your text. I'll explain more about that later. Different styles that might be available. Any formatting that you've done that you want to remove, you just click there. You can edit in full screen mode, which is actually pretty helpful if you're just trying to create a great article. You can work in source code mode, where only the source code is visible. If you know HTML, that's a great bonus. You can insert and manipulate tables with JCE, but probably my favorite part of JCE is, of course, the spell checker and the image inserter. We'll look at those in depth when we look at inserting and formatting text and images. You can also create links to other areas of your Joomla site, and we'll look at that as well. JCE really is the best editor at this point for Joomla, and I encourage you to download it even though it's still in beta.